Welcome to Man United Inside News. Manchester United takeover news live. Serhou Guirassy transfer stance plus Man UTD vs Newcastle build-up. Keep across the latest Man United news, views and transfer updates ahead of the Reds' trip to Newcastle. United are interested in Serhou Guirassy. United are interested in Serhou Guirassy. Image, Sebastian El Saka. Manchester United are interested in Serhou Guirassy and could reportedly land the Stuttgart striker for just £15 million. Erik ten Hag is keen to bring a new striker into his squad in January to help support Rasmus Højlund. Guirassy has an incredible 15 goals in 10 Bundesliga appearances this season, second only in Germany to Harry Kane. The 27-year-old is said to be flattered by interest and has not ruled out a move. Elsewhere, Saturday's trip to Newcastle is huge in the race for the top four, with Ten Hag no doubt aware of what a victory will mean for his team's confidence. He will face questions from the media where the topic of Onana is likely to be touched upon. We should also gain a clearer understanding of the players Ten Hag has to choose from this weekend, with centre-back Johnny Evans the injured player most likely to be in line for a return. Kobbie Mainoo meanwhile was dropped in Turkey but was introduced in the second half. Some questions at today's press conference may focus on whether the teenager will be recalled to the squad. Newcastle boss Eddie Howe has confirmed he won't welcome anyone back for the game, meaning the Magpies could be without 11 first-team players. Keep across the latest United news in our live blog below. Round up from United's treatment room. Things appear to be easing on the injury front at United as they welcomed Antony and Rasmus Højlund back on Wednesday night. Here are the 7 players they will have to check up on before the Newcastle game. Mason Mount, calf. Christian Eriksen, knee. Casemiro, hamstring. Lisandro Martinez, foot. Johnny Evans, thigh. Tyrell Malacia, knee. Amad Diallo, knee. Fernandes, future. United have an option to recall Alvaro Fernandes in January, but the young defender is focused solely on performing for Granada. He told Spanish outlet Cope. In football, I think you can't make long-term plans. I know that this year I'm here. Well, United have the option of taking me back at Christmas, but now it's my commitment to help this team. Guirassy latest. United's January pursuit of Serhou Guirassy could depend on finding a buyer for Anthony Martial, according to The Guardian. Erik ten Hag is open to signing the striker in January, along with a right-sided centre-back and 2 midfielders. Ten Hag warned. Former United striker Louis Saha has questioned Erik ten Hag's harsh treatment of more experienced squad members. The concern comes after Raphael Varane has been dropped in recent weeks, after being usurped by Harry Maguire. Saha told bettingodds.com. The thing I can see with Ten Hag is he tends to be willing to make more harsh selection decisions on the players that have way more experience than the young players who still have a lot to learn. These players are the finished product, and it's clear Ten Hag will say if you don't perform for 2 or 3 games then you are out, which maybe gives a strong message to the rest of the players that if Varane or Casemiro can be dropped, then anybody can be. That could be good, but it is a risky strategy for Ten Hag. I feel like you have to give those players a bit more respect because they didn't join United to sit on the bench. Guéhi decision. Marc Guéhi wants to stay at Crystal Palace for the rest of the season in a bid to keep his place in the England squad for Euro 2024, according to 90 Minutes. United have been linked with a move for Guéhi in recent weeks, with Erik ten Hag keen to strengthen at centre-back. But the 23-year-old is playing every week at Selhurst Park and does not want to jeopardize first-team football ahead of the summer tournament. Crystal Palace defender Marc Guéhi, image, Sebastian Frege per Megabyte Media, Getty Images. Willian race. United have joined several European clubs in the race for Brazilian starlet Estevão Willian, according to TeamTalk. The 16-year-old, nicknamed Messinho due to his playing style, is currently plying his trade with Palmeiras but has been scouted by United and other clubs during the recent Under-17 World Cup. The report adds that he has a £47 million release clause in his contract. Manchester City, Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Real Madrid are also interested. Maldini on future. Paolo Maldini ruled out working for another club in Italy when asked about his plans for the future, as he told La Repubblica this week. Maldini has been linked with the sporting director role at United, with John Murtough set to leave. For my job, the alternatives to Milan are very limited. I could never go to another Italian team. Possibly I would only evaluate the offer of a high-level foreign team. I like winning and building. Saudi Arabia could be a stimulating option, who knows? Juve double swap. Juventus are keen to sign both Jadon Sancho and Donny van de Beek in January, according to Team Talk. Both players could leave United after falling out of the squad under Erik ten Hag. Sancho has been exiled since calling the manager a liar, and van de Beek has had several injury issues. Both deals could be on loan, potentially with an option or obligation to make it permanent in the summer. Dragusin-eyed. United have shown concrete interest in Genoa defender Radu Dragusin, according to Romanian outlet ProSport. The 21-year-old central defender has impressed teams across Europe, with Barcelona, Arsenal, AC Milan, Newcastle and Tottenham also named in the report. There is said to be a release clause of €30 million, £25.8 million. Ratcliffe's recruitment plan. Sir Jim Ratcliffe will focus his United recruitment on homegrown talent instead of overseas prospects, according to the Daily Mail. The Ineos chief is keen to see more of a domestic presence in Erik ten Hag's squad, particularly within the core of the squad. Only 7 of the club's post-Sir Alex Ferguson major signings have been homegrown. Guirassy stance. Sir How Guirassy feels flattered by United's interest in him and has not ruled out a January transfer, according to German outlet Bild. Erik ten Hag's side are one of several to have been linked with the 27-year-old, who has scored an outstanding 15 goals in 10 Bundesliga appearances for Stuttgart this season. Potential suitors could sign the Guinean for just £15 million due to a release clause. Sir How Guirassy will be available for €17.5 million in January due to a release clause in his contract, according Sky Sports Germany. Newcastle fitness update. Eddie Howe has confirmed that neither Sean Longstaff nor Joe Willock will be fit in time to face United on Saturday. Newcastle could be without 11 first-team players, with Sven Botman, Harvey Barnes, Callum Wilson, Jacob Murphy, Dan Burn, Elliot Anderson, Matt Targett, Javier Manquillo and Sandro Tonali also unavailable. I thought you were going to ask me if Sean Longstaff would be back for this weekend, which would be too soon, Howe told reporters on Friday. We hope to get some players back in the not-too-distant future, but certainly there doesn't seem that there is anyone that is right around the corner. We hope Willock is not too bad. We thought there could be a total reoccurrence, which would have been 6 to 8 weeks. We hope it is not that long, but the problem that we have is 2 to 3 weeks at this stage feels like a lifetime for us with the amount of games we have. So although it is possibly good news, it is still really frustrating. Carragher slams Onana. Jamie Carragher believes an under-18 goalkeeper would never play for United's first team again if he made the same mistakes as Andre Onana on Wednesday, as he wrote in his column for The Telegraph. United's perilous Champions League predicament is a direct consequence of his errors. Onana cost the team home and away against Galatasaray and was poor against Bayern Munich in the opening group game. Yes, he made a last-minute penalty save against Copenhagen at Old Trafford, but the numerous minuses far outweigh that one positive. The performance in Turkey was unacceptable for a Manchester United goalkeeper. You would not expect an under-18 keeper to make the basic handling error for Galatasaray's second goal. If a youth keeper was promoted and played like Onana on Wednesday evening, he would probably never feature for the first team again. Onana has cost United too many cheap goals. The hope that the worst was behind him after a poor start to his Old Trafford career has been blown out of the water, and Wednesday was a huge step backwards. Onana has already developed a reputation for being a liability. That will take a long time to overcome and reverse. Guirassy interest. United have expressed an interest in Stuttgart striker Serhou Guirassy, according to Foot Mercato. The 27-year-old has enjoyed an outstanding start to this season in the Bundesliga, netting 15 goals in just 10 appearances, making him Europe's third highest scorer. Roma, AC Milan and Newcastle are also named in the report, with a release clause believed to be around £17 million in the Guinean's contract. Sir How Guirassy of Stuttgart. Image, Boris Streubel, Bundesliga collection via Getty Opinion. Ten Hag deserves Mourinho's chant. It is not the immortal quote associated with ITV's Champions League coverage of United, but John Champion's utterance rings true as their chaotic group stage nears its conclusion. There is no such thing as a quiet night in with Manchester United, Champion declared. That was 21 years ago in Basel, the scene of Ruud van Nistelrooy's Virtuoso winner. When United returned to that utilitarian ground in 2011, they were ejected at the group stage. In 2 weeks, United supporters are braced for another premature exit. As enthralling as United have been with their drama and goal gluts, they have conceded more than they have scored, lost 3 times as many games as they have won and are bottom of Group A. This has been the most engrossing group stage United have been involved in since the group of death in the treble-winning season.